What up in the web? This your boy 100, man. Back during the week. Haven't done it in a while. Schedule be messing up. And sometimes it's when I do get a little time. I just want to play some video games and chill out. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what y'all been doing this week, but we've been hanging out, chilling. Shout out, let's go shout out the chat real quick. Shout out to Direct Gaming. Shout out to them over there. Shout out to Iron Mike. Shout out to Flip Money and the Xbox Live crew. My man Beam in there with my man Stu Peas. We already in a party talking shit. And man, I got my boy in here, my man Other Zinc. What's up with you, man?
Hanging in there, man. Glad to represent the chat as always. The hardcore people that come through here, that's always in that learned condition to be on 100 show.
Yeah, man. Yeah, uh, so man, what's going on, man? Let me see. How we can play this. You play Psychonauts? Are you
No,
into Psychonauts?
no, man. It's all right. But even back in the day, I didn't play it much. But I respect the games. You know me. I don't play that many indie games anymore. I feel that I started out on indie games. To me, in the '70s, we had a lot of those little games, and a lot of games today is a derivative of what we played back in the day. Like everyone is hyped on Hades. To me, Hades
Mm-hmm.
is Tron. It's one of those type games. Uh, it's a little bit better Tron. So it's it just hop from game to game. Like what's that one game that a lot of people like where it had that little dude um walking through an area sideways, and some people said it was their game of the year. It's an indie game. You could beat it in about 3 hours.
Uh,
It was a wild little game. Had a smooth walking dude, and he would climb and release traps, and this one blob would come down, and it was just a chain reaction of things. That thing reminded me of Pitfall Harry. You
yeah,
know,
that people don't remember about Pitfall. Pitfall was the main. I mean, Pitfall was hard. That's one of my first games I got on the
hard as
2600,
shit.
and it don't end.
No,
Part two, I
you
like
ain't
the
beating
part
it.
two. You can actually play on you can play it on Call of Duty. You can play part
hmm
two.
hmm Yeah, but I respect a lot of those games. But I'm glad you guys play them. But
Mhm.
like they supposed to come out with uh some DLC to Streets of Rage. Now, when they play that, I'm back on.
Oh,
You
it's
know.
on. It's been back last month. I just need somebody to
Oh,
play with because it's hard
oh
as hell.
well. Oh well, I'm gonna jump
It
my ass
ends
back in
right
there.
at it ends right. It starts right at the end of the board, at the end of the level. The last
Mhm.
level is where it starts.
Yeah, I'll be playing that then in a couple days when I get some of this stuff out my
Yeah,
way.
yeah.
Yeah.
I be wanting to play because it ain't easy either.
No. Mm-mm,
It's not easy.
mm-mm.
So,
But a lot went
but,
on, man. I was itching
hmm
to be on the show, man, and I left because I did a 100 and had some notes ready. But we had enough going on in the past couple days, man, and it's a lot of trickery out here that it had me wondering about a few people. You know.
already,
Okay.
man, I feel you on man. How you feel about XCloud going being everywhere, being everywhere now? Damn near
That's the
everywhere.
shit. Well, of course, XCloud is the power of the cloud. People thought it was some bullshit. You know, I'm one of those guys that believe Microsoft. Like I told people a long time ago, I studied Microsoft in school. And, even though Bill Gates looked like Mr. Rogers, he's not Mr. Rogers. Bill Gates is an asshole businessman. And he taught everybody at Microsoft to be that same way. I mean, you are a tough guy. They don't pull any punches. So I knew when they were talking about it, I knew it was going to work, and look what you got. That's crazy. Now, I'm not one to use it, but I do like it. That's how I message you guys in Vodka. I do it through my phone.
Yeah.
I message you guys through my phone. I don't even go to my console. Sometimes I'm not even home. But you know me, I'm heavy into gears and things like that, so I don't want to play it from my phone though. But I'm glad it's there though. Like I was listening to one podcast, and unfortunate for this guy, for those of us that have kids, um, his son or his daughter was sick in a hospital, not good, and it uh, playing games on the cloud took his mind off it for temporarily, as long as you can, so that's a good thing.
I've been playing XCloud from the beginning. I just like it where you can play
Yep.
it on your console now.
Hmm.
Um, you can play it on your phone. You can play like when I went to last time I went to Vegas. I didn't have I had to bring a console with me. Just took my Surface with me and a
Hmm.
controller and just
Hmm.
played.
Hmm.
You know, is it still working? Still at work? Yeah, but it's a lot of games playable. Like Gears is playable.
Hmm.
Halo is playable.
Hmm. And
Um,
one of my boys, he's like you. He's one of those testers. His console is, um, he they run a lot of things through him, and I'd rather him do it because he likes to give that feedback. Me, man, when I get home, I want to play. I don't want to try and figure something out. And then sometimes you'll have problems with your console, like his Dolby wasn't working, and he and our audio guys. I changed my whole stereo just for Halo. Just for Halo. I bought a new stereo, got geared up just for the game. That's my guys. That's why you never hear me talking about headsets. No, I have 7 speakers, 2 subwoofers. I don't fool with the headset. It's loud down there. But even his console wasn't working because he's one of those testers. So he even thought about getting out because he really likes the audio, but they fixed it, and everything is fine, and he just get things first. But I tell him something. He was playing on the cloud, and he was showing people how it worked when he was at work, and they couldn't believe it, how it worked on his phone.
yeah, man. And then I like how they said you're gonna be able to play it on your OG Xbox One S or X or the OG
Incredible,
Mac.
huh?
Did Phil say? Did Phil say we ain't leaving nobody behind?
He said that shit. And then you have let me see, I ain't gonna say they're your boys. We're gonna get them the vodka. Vodka's boys over there at Digital Foundry talking all of this shit, you know, down in the Xbox One, laughing about it. Ain't shit funny now. Now what's funny? Phil said, hey, we know Halo is gonna be rough on the game. How about playing that bitch through the cloud
Yeah.
on your Xbox? How about that shit? It's silent now. Now it's kind of quiet. People kind of getting kind of quiet now.
They're showing you the
So
server racks. They're telling you how they're using it. You're showing people excited. They're letting people test it. Regular
mm-hmm,
gamers, not
mm-hmm,
influencers. They use the word influencers.
mm-hmm. Yeah, speaking of
The-
influences, man, and I'm kind of mad at Phil right now. He called me, he was trying to tell me what he was doing. I hung up on his ass. I'm like, dude, none of us like Jeff Keighley. He was like, ah, man, he said, well, look, Zink, I just I felt a little bad for him because we dropped that Xbox on his head at the Jeff Keighley Sony Kojima Award show, and he didn't know it was coming. So, we dropped that Wily Coyote Acme Anvil in the form of an Xbox on his head and made him look stupid. So we thought we'd throw him a bone, right? So yesterday, he didn't say anything about Halo. He's like, y'all chill. Don't say nothing about Halo. We'll go ahead and give Jeff Keighley one today. Now, YouTubers are spending this shit saying, well, Jeff Keighley will draw a bigger audience. We don't watch his shit.
no, man. Jeff Keighley pays for that stuff. He has investors. They pay. He paid for certain stuff to get premiered on his show. They just don't give it to him.
Yeah, well, they don't have to give him shit. I don't care if they
Yeah.
pay him. You don't have to
Yeah,
do
but
anything.
sometimes is I get told like you got to keep them type of friendships.
That's
You know,
100% true. Even in
you know.
marketing deals, you're absolutely right. I'm a marketer. And I understand that sometimes you have to do that. Just like Apple and Microsoft don't really get along. But hey, they don't let their past get in the way of business and they cut deals. Just like what's the Nvidia, when they pull that bullshit on the original Xbox and would not decrease that price. Okay. And it allowed AMD to jump into the fold, but Microsoft didn't totally kick them away because it's like I bought my daughter a Surface Book 2, and it has a NVIDIA graphics card in it because she's in graphics design.
Uh,
So that damn laptop cost me 3,800 bucks. Okay. Well, she was a student, so I got it $400 off. But you know, they let them back in. It's like, well, we need our shit to be dope, so we're gonna go ahead with the graphics card in this laptop, on the Surface Book. So, they'll do business just to to keep the business going. But sometimes, man, I'll give them the eye poke. I wouldn't give them shit. I would have made them suffer.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I hit them over the head. I hit them over the head. You want it? I'm gonna hit you over the head for it.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because everybody trusts me. I didn't get up and watch no. I didn't know what time was coming on and wasn't gonna watch it.
Hunted. I watched it
Uh,
by accident
mm.
only because I was listening to my guy hitting Xperia.
Oh
So
yeah,
I was listening to him, and I was just about to turn this shit off, but I wanted to see Call of Duty. So I'm watching Call of Duty, and the same scripted events that pulled me out of it once before. So I'm watching it, the scripted events, and then all of a sudden things change, and I'm like, that looked like Halo. I'm like, they gave this dude Halo, just like people were saying. So, I watched it. It was dope. Then Joseph Staten had them Buddy Adidas on, so that threw me off a little bit. I was a little confused by them shoes he had on. But kept coming with the Halo stuff. Then you show this Elite controller. Dude, I was getting fired up.
oh yeah.
Then you show the console, I'm getting fired up. I already have one, but hey, if I tried to get my hands on it when I got home. Nope, couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. So,
Yeah, it's like I said, I don't be liking, them. That's why I said that's why I ain't the head of Xbox because
hmm
I will hold that. I'll hold that type of shit to you. Or like I
hmm
said, I'm gonna hit you over the head for it. You want to do this, or I go find someone else.
hmm
Like the Xbox. What you call it? They got to get old boy off. I know Black Lives Matter. That motherfucker's boring. He's boring. Wherever his name is from Kind of Funny Games.
Paris Lily.
There is, yeah, that motherfucker is boring and corny.
Hey man.
It's like he was. It's like he got nervous. Like these regular people, you acting
hmm
like he met he met Shaka Khan for the first time or somebody.
Your audience might not know who Shaka Khan is.
Yeah.
Hey,
Or,
but
or,
the
or,
first time,
little baby, little Wayne or something. He was. I'm like,
yeah,
man,
the
what you got
first
these
time,
aviator glasses on for?
oh, yeah, when he tried to do the top. You know what? Since you
Yeah.
bring that up, yeah, I know we all over the place, but that's what we do at the show.
Mm,
Everybody wanted to dog that show out yesterday. How you gonna dog a show out and Forza show what they showed? And Flight Simulator is dope as hell. I'm one of those type that I like to see things. I've seen the Grand Canyon, Niagara Falls, the California's big ass Sequoia redwoods. I fished on the coast over there when we went on vacation. And you see these places, these things amaze me. My favorite place is Mount Everest.
yeah.
Will I ever go there? Hell no. That bitch borders China and some other little ass country. I never go over there. Black people don't go in the cold like that. I don't need to be at the top of the mountain. I could watch that shit all day. You know, I like volcanoes. I was crazy enough to fly to Hawaii, which ain't nothing but a volcano on spring break in college.
Yeah.
My girlfriend and I, flying to land on a series of volcanoes. That's some wild ass shit. So Flight Simulator, you could go around the world and actually see this shit, and it looks great, you know. And they showed all of this DLC of things that they're putting into the game that you don't have to pay the Sony $70 for, or the Sony $30 for. You're not paying for this shit. You have Game Pass, you good, you got it. And then they have the Tom Cruise, the the Top Gun shit in there. And people want to dog this out. No, man. Mm-mm. It's not E3. It's not meant to be E3. But do you want them to show nothing, or do you want them to not show at all? Like Sony didn't show their ass up. No, man. Mm-mm. It was good enough.
I told people, don't get your expectations too high. I liked it. They kind of got some of the boring shit out the way at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them indie games, I like them indie games. I play indies, especially them beat 'em ups.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to be in Game Pass day one. It is too many damn games coming to Game Pass.
Mm-hmm.
It's too many damn
and like
games.
you're talking about the indies, everybody is hyped on 12 minutes, dude. You can never get me to play that shit, okay?
I played
I'm never
it,
playing
but I gotta have some. I played it when it first came out, and then I ended up playing something else.
Mm-hmm.
I think I went to
But
play MLB because my Dodgers won, and sometimes I be needing to break off some of them games, so I get on MLB and go try to beat up on somebody. And then I cut it on because matter of fact, I think I cut on 12 minutes. I think Monday night because the crew went to sleep and I had to go to work, so I cut it on and played it. And I played it for about maybe 20 minutes. Maybe 20 minutes too long for me because I wasn't really in it. You know what I'm saying? I like what it's doing. But Livewire, that's like I call it Livewire type of games.
And see, and I know Livewire play. I get shit off of you guys, and enough guys that I respect like 12 minutes. Now I'm not gonna play it, but that's the kind of game I say, hey, get my daughter, say, hey, pretty girl, try this game out, and I'll get the game for her. Or say, hey, download this game and tell me if it's good or not. She'll figure something out like that. But then at the same time, my daughter could beat Halo on Legendary with you, or beat Ninja Gaiden on Warrior, and then drop down and beat Toy Story. She'll play a whole range of games, but that's something that she'll try. So if people like yourself, Live, and a few other guys I listen to, if they like those indie games that I'm not going to touch, I'll give it to my daughter or my son, and they'll try anything out, but it better not be some garbage or they'll come back telling me. So, but those recommendations that I sent to my kids, they like them. So that 12 minutes is a game. And if it's in Game Pass, that's one that I'll buy just to support the developer. Yeah. So like I'll go ahead and pick it up.
Yeah, but like I said, I'll be into like it was a couple of games. Like, okay, I'm pretty hyped. I'm really about to get, all right, I could go play this. Like, damn, and I'm looking at my schedule like, shit, when this shit
Iron Mike out? Said, don't let your daughter play 12 minutes.
I heard 12 minutes is kind of crazy. Like, I left 12 minutes. I left 12 minutes off of the police came in and arrested her for killing her dad or something. And the first thing I said, yeah, that bitch did it. I was like, I don't need 12 minutes. I spent 20 minutes. But then I was like, nah, it was start getting, I'm like, nah, man. Because I played them, like I said, I played Men of Madon. I'm trying to finish, what do you call that? I can't think of it. It's the second one in the nostalgia. No. I play Hades. Hades is cool. It's not my everyday game. I saw some people that I respect in the industry that I hang out with sometimes.
Yeah, a lot of people.
They play it, but I get pissed. I keep on dying and dying. When I keep on dying and dying and dying, I got to start all the way over. I need a break. I want to take a break off of it. But it is too many damn. I'm like, it's too many games. And then, man, Zeke, what they said about State of Decay is over 10 million people have played State of Decay. And they said if no one was playing State of Decay, you would be not seeing none of these expansions.
Nobody.
You wouldn't saw it.
Yeah, you wouldn't see none of this shit, dude. I mean, 10 million people, ain't nobody playing God of War. But people want to talk that shit like people playing that shit. Ain't nobody playing that. After point of sale, that game is making no money.
Nobody's playing Returnal. Remember, Returnal
no
supposed to
one
be
is playing Returnal. It some people's game of the year.
Yeah, it's some.
I don't know how that.
It's more some people on PlayStation playing Hades other than Returnal.
You couldn't get
but
me
they had to pay
nothing
for
like
it.
that.
I wouldn't pay for it though.
Seven.
Like some
They
games
pay.
I'm not
They
willing to
charge
pay for.
$70 for that game. $170 for that.
Yeah, it's a $40 title. After you beat it, it's over.
Done.
After you beat, it's over, and it's over. So I'm
That's
like,
crazy, dude.
I'm like, you gonna pay $70 for this? You can have that shit. And I like how Xbox kept on saying, all these expansions and all this is free.
Hmm.
You don't have to pay for no upgrades, no updates. You
Kenta
know,
Wilson
and
said
uh,
Psychonauts is fire. You and you were talking about Psychonauts. That's a
uh,
game that I'll
uh,
since Iron
it,
Mike
it's
said
it's
don't let
it's
him
it's better
never
than
let her
it's
play the
better than
other game.
I put this way. I played the first one, couldn't really get into it.
Hmm.
I couldn't really get into the first one. Um, but when I got into the second one, I played that mostly last night. All last night. I waited till I got my mind right and I played it. Uh, is it for everyone? No. It reminds me of the golden days, or like the
Hmm.
Segas and stuff like that. Like I'm thinking about it. I like how it incorporates a bunch of genre of games that we already play. Like you can
Hmm.
feel a little Tomb Raider in it.
Hmm.
Um, you got to use different powers for different enemies. So that's kind of like I kind of feel like that's kind of recourse.
Hmm.
You know, it's on point. Like I'm on this. I ain't telling you what series system I'm on, but I'm on one of them series systems now, and it plays real well, and it loads up
Yeah, I
like
heard you
crazy.
got one, man. I was in the chat when you said you got it. I was fired up. It's about time.
Yeah, I found out about say shit. Nah, man. Shout out to my man Big Kahuna because I got it off the Xbox.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I got it off the Xbox, and he was like, "Man, they got one right now. It's about like 11 o'clock my time at night."
Hmm.
I jumped on that Xbox and said, "Take my money."
Hmm.
So
Yeah,
I
they had a
got it in
few of
last
them
week.
at Walmart's around here, and they gone now. But they had a few
Yeah.
Series S. You wouldn't find an X out there. But they'll sit in the store for a few days and they gone. A couple people called me. I told them I have them already. Myself and my kids, we had X, so
Hmm.
I'm out the market.
Yeah, but it's, like I say, it's a credible machine. And shout out to my man Flip Money because he said this: the Series S, the Series S is better than the PlayStation 5.
Of course it is. I was listening to the show and he said that Flip was
Uh,
going off. He was spot on with that shit too.
yeah,
You know,
that
they
that
have
that little
more
thing does more frames per second.
120,
Does
more 120 games
man
than the
on the game.
PS5 got.
Got you got the deal whatever that shit called and all that the ray tracing.
Hmm.
You got all that in the game.
Hmm.
I
A
forgot
little
what
mug
game I
ready
was
to go.
playing and we had all the PC things. I forgot game where I was playing. It
Hmm.
wasn't Crisis. Crisis already have it. That's what I need to try Crisis on the bad boy. The
Hmm.
Crisis Remastered because it gives you all the PC settings. You can cut off motion blur. You can do all this other stuff. See, Xbox does it for you. But if you want to think you're going to be a PC guy, go try some of these games that got all these settings.
Hmm. And that's why I'm not on that. My PC sitting over there. I don't even turn it on, and I hate that my phone is going down. I'm gonna have to get out of here in a little while because my battery is gone. I got one of
Yeah.
those Z Fold phones, and
Okay.
yeah, and my headset I can't charge it and talk on my headset at the same time. But that's why I leave my computer off. Dude, I don't fool with that. The console is powerful enough. I like to play it on the TV with my stereo and I get down that way. I'm not into that. But what did you think about that console they showed? I told people that they were going to have a custom console. They're not going to have a Halo anniversary and not going to give us a custom console. Microsoft don't work like that.
That custom
Um,
console is fire. I didn't know.
I'm,
I
I'm
didn't
gonna
even
try and
tip.
get that shit.
I didn't attempt to go grab it. I mind the controller might be different. I'm gonna want to ask one of my mom and pop shops to put me one away.
Hmm.
I might, since I don't have to go to the office tomorrow, I might go down there and say, "What's up with you?" You know,
I tried to order it.
buy you a couple of gyros and see if I could talk you into saving me one. Cause I had that's how the remember the Halo. I think the Master Chief Collection.
Hmm.
I had both of them, the green one and the blue. The lock. I mean Halo Five.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
That's what it
Yeah, that
reminds me of
360. I
that
had
one.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I still have the blue. No, I think I got Jack for the blue. I think I got the which. But see, that's when you don't let little kids play with your shit.
Hmm.
Because
Yeah.
but
The last
I
one I
think I have
got,
them.
I bought my daughter. I told you guys before. I bought my daughter that Spartan Lock Xbox One when she was in the seventh grade, and now she's a sophomore in college. And I just replaced that thing with the Series X. And the only reason she got it at that time is because she got an A in math by herself. You know, I didn't have to help her. So I'm like, and at that time, dude, I was low. I couldn't afford that mug, but I'm like, hey, you do your job. I'm gonna get you this. And she just I'm looking at that mug. That thing gonna stay there. I'm never getting rid of that because it meant something. But I'll try and get her that one if I could get my hands on it. But you know, my son and I, we really don't need it. But we damn sure getting those elite controllers. That's for sure,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, because I
And
know you
then
said your phone finna die. How you feel
mhm,
about we got some frauds in our community and shit. They was
a
crying
lot
about
of them.
Halo. They were talking about Halo release date. Well, how you think about Halo releasing on December 8th? And they
Here's the
was
thing.
crying like a bunch of bitches
I'm
on
so
Tuesday.
glad you brought that up because I damn sure need to talk about that. Hey, look here. And everybody was talking about, oh, they waiting on Call of Duty. They're not thinking about Call of Duty. They're thinking about their games. They don't know Halo released right next to Call of Duty one time, and they sold neck and neck with each other. I think Call of Duty sold 8 million copies. Halo is at like 5.5 million. Dude, they not worried about them. It's enough people that support the Master Chief. They're gonna be totally fine. They don't need that. And like they were saying, oh well, they're gonna have to launch it on November 15th because that's the 20th anniversary. You know they're not, because Forza Horizon 5 is sitting there. That's their product. They need people to play that for 2 or 3 weeks before they get in on Halo. I always thought Halo would come out at worst 3 weeks away from Forza Horizon 5. It didn't have anything to do with Call of Duty. Absolutely nothing. And besides, the game would be in Game Pass anyway, but they want you in their ecosystem playing their games. Call of Duty is going to sell anyway. They didn't want to cannibalize their product, but I think the the gunk may be stuck next to Halo releasing on December 7th, but that's a small game. We're not worried about that. But those two, I knew they were going to be separate. And I heard that same old garbage, dude. And like everybody is talking about, oh, but it scares me that we don't have any campaign play. Halo never shows you campaign. If they show you campaign, it'll be one time and that's it. And I remember they showed the campaign one time, and the stage they said show, it's still not in a Halo game anywhere. You know, they don't show the campaign. And I'm glad they're not showing the campaign. I don't want to see the campaign. You know, I like the Halo so much. I still wanted to see those leaks, but I know I'm gonna play the game, and playing the game is different than, you know, watching. You have to play the scenario anyway. And I like to figure out the way I want to play the game because everybody plays Halo different. You know, nobody plays the game the same. But yeah, I'm not
Yeah,
mad at
like
all
the
about it.
yeah, like the co-op shit didn't bother me because I play Halo by myself in the first place. Man, these was the same motherfuckers
I'm
that was
so
tripping about you
glad
had
you
to play
said
with
that.
lock. That you got to play with Lock and Blue Team, and you got to
I'm
play
so
with the
glad you said that.
and Osiris and shit. Now you get to play by your motherfucking self, and you're still bitching and crying and complaining.
Complaining.
What
And
do
then
you
they say,
want?
but I played it with my boy. Oh, I played it with my kid. I played it with my friend. I've only played it in campaign co-op with my friend. Hey dude, look, I have the most special relationship of playing campaign co-op. Co-op master is my moniker. I played Halo 1 campaign co-op with my son. I started him playing at 2.5, but his hands was too small to fit around that big ass controller. So he sat in my lap. and I controlled it. He would shoot and throw grenades. He got a little bit bigger. Mad Cats brought out that little Micron controller. I bought another Xbox, but we played split screen. When I come home, we come downstairs. He plays split screen. I've been playing with this kid since he was 3.5. He's now 22 and in college. We play co op like that. So I don't want to hear somebody talking about how special co op is to him. And when my daughter was 5.5, 6, played co op with her the same way, all the way through Halo, all the way through Gears. Now they're a little bit older, so we don't play that much co-op anymore, but every now and again we can get at it. Okay? So I've been playing co-op all of this time, dude. 20 years. I don't want to hear nobody crying about you not playing co-op and you going to get it in 3 months. Here's my thing, Hunter. What's Horizon Forbidden West excuse?
They don't have none.
They have one mode, 100, one mode,
God of War 2,
one mode,
Returnal, all these
one
games.
mode. All of these games, you got one mode. So Halo have multiplayer, forge mode, campaign, campaign co-op, firefight, slayer. These cats have multiple things going on. Okay. And you know how they say, well, since we have the PS5 and their super fast SSD, we'll be able to have flying enemies. What? How many? It's always been flying enemies in Halo, in Gears, enemies on the ground. Man, these cats make all of these excuses, dude. I don't want to hear nothing about that. I don't want to hear. And then like some of them were mad that they trying to fill these seasons up with content. Hey, dumbass, Gears is in its 8th operation. Halo's universe is quadruple Gears universe. They have plenty of content, and I hear people talking about, oh, I don't understand what these seasons are. The game is going to be episodic. No, dummy. Halo has been out for 20 years. Okay, you've had the mainline Halo, you've had ODST, you've had Halo Wars, you've had Spartan Ops, you've had the books. There are many Spartan teams. You have Noble Six and their crew. It's what you're going to see in these various seasons is the different Halo games that are coming out in succession. Okay, you're going to see the Halo one, and it's going to morph into the Halo War story, that morphs into a ODST story, that morphs into these group of Spartans over here. Okay, there are many Spartans, and nobody can't tell me, well, I want to play as Master Chief. I named my son after the freaking Master Chief, dude. Well, I didn't. The guys at Babbage's did, because they found out he beat Halo CE on easy by himself at 3.5. They started calling him the Master Chief. I called my daughter Spartan 458 from Dead or Alive, that the female Spartan. Her name is Nicole. Okay, I named both my kids after freaking Spartans. They nicknames. So don't come and talking to me about the Halo universe or how much you love Halo. And if everybody talk all this bullshit about how much they love Halo, they would know there are other Spartans. So why would you only want to play as Master Chief?
Because they hear they listen to certain these quote unquote supposed to be gaming YouTubers. Don't play. A lot of them I didn't hear personally. I don't play Halo.
So absolutely right.
You don't have the right to talk about it then.
Hey, do you think this thing will work if I put it on speakerphone?
Yeah, but it might echo. You can try it. Sometimes they do. Sometimes. Yeah, man. But these
Can
guys
you
is
hear
be.
me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You're not echoing.
Is it echoing?
No, you good. You good.
Oh, okay, well, good. Because that mug, when this phone get that low, it'll just blink off. Maybe this
Right.
mug stay charged on me.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But
man, and you're right, man. You hear all of these guys talking all of this nonsense. I better go and get my other charger. This mug might not be fast enough. I'll be right back.
right, right. Oh no. Yeah, but man, these dudes, man, these dudes, I be sitting back watch sometimes I don't I be ready to go in on some of these dudes. You know, they talk shit about Halo, where the release date. Now you got it. Are you gonna play? I want to see y'all motherfuckers gonna play us more playing multiplayer. You know what I'm saying? I need that. I need that. You know, the multiplayer is free for once. I would have charged y'all motherfuckers. Y'all paying
Right?
60 $70
Yeah.
for fucking remasters.
You might as well pay
They
for this
said it's
damn
a
game.
they said it's a service. It's they making it as a service. They making it as a service. So they're going to bring you different content, just like Gears. Gears get new content, new maps, new operators you can use. Bring in
Definitely.
guest characters. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? They got
Yeah,
to pay
and
for that, and they giving that shit to you for free.
giving it to you for free. And people
If you
complained about Gears didn't have a lot of content, and this is what I'm talking about. They're in the eighth operation. It's the last operation, but they're in the eighth operation. So they went from like I forget exactly how many characters and how many maps. I don't know if it was like 10 or 12 maps and maybe 10 or 15 characters. Now it's 80 plus characters and skins and 35 maps you have in Gears. Okay? So how many does Days Gone have?
man,
That shit. You know, you can't even play co op in that damn game,
no,
but they want to
man,
run their damn mouth.
talking about what's that? Nathan Drake. Oh, they got a multiplayer. Man, that shit is horde mode that they stole from Gears.
Mhm. And then they took that shit out of the trilogy, the Uncharted trilogy.
Uh huh.
No multiplayer.
Yep.
Nobody says
Uh,
shit.
what's
Where's
the?
the factions at for The Last of Us 2? Where's that shit at?
Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, it was a lot though, man. And go ahead, man, because you were about to say what you were. It's just too many people in the community complaining about that. At least we getting the co-op. I'm not happy about it, but it's gonna take me about a month to just to beat it on legendary by myself, and that's what I
Yeah.
beat it on heroic. Then I'll play some co-op maybe, and but meanwhile I'm trying to beat it on legendary by myself. You know, but it was just too much, man. Too much crying out there. Way too much crying.
You know this where this like they run Microsoft. See, that's why the man upstairs put me in different positions because I would have told them to go straight to hell. Like I'm a CEO and you bagging groceries. You don't have the right to tell me what to do with a $1 trillion company. That's what I don't like about that. You can't tell me what to do. But some people think they have the right to do it. Are they doing it for? They need that. What they use the young dudes use the word clout. They clout chasing.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They don't
And,
play
and
games because they too busy on motherfucking Twitter.
right, and you're 100% right. It's YouTubers now talking about how they would have done the show. Now your ass is a studio director. Okay, you could do all of this shit, man. I mean, kick back and enjoy the damn show. At least they showed the fuck up. They showed up to the party. Nintendo wasn't there. Sony wasn't there. These jokers put a show together and you still tripping and gonna give it a 3 out of 10. What the hell you give Sony?
A -10 because they didn't show
Yeah,
up. What you call a forfeit? When we call in sports.
forfeit. They forfeit. Yeah, yeah, man. I was incensed yesterday, man. I wasn't happy at all yesterday with. How a lot of people that I even listened to, how they were tripping on the show. I didn't like that at all. I didn't
Yeah,
like
like
that
they
at
didn't show just because they didn't show what you wanted them to show.
all.
That's my thing. Is you mad because you think that you run them? I want to see your podcast don't run better than they do. Even though I ain't like old boy, you know what I'm saying? At least they made the attempt. They made the attempt to do something. They didn't really have to tell you the truth.
No,
But
they
they
didn't
said
have.
then we're not going to. They said we're not going to use. We're not going to leave our European community alone. We want to make this. We'll usually be there anyway.
Not only that, Hunter, they flew a plane from Flight Simulator over there to start the damn show. Shit. I mean, dude, they doing everything. I could only imagine if Flight Simulator was on the PS5 and not on the Xbox. They would have been. Everybody would have been jacking them up, talking about how creative they are and all this other new bullshit. They
Only
full of.
thing, only half these dudes don't do nothing but copy off another motherfucker. That's what they do. If one person do it, they feel like they got to do it. Well, this person shitting on Xbox. Let me shit on Xbox.
I told y'all that about a couple shows ago when I was on there. I don't like that, man. It seemed like they colluding too much, you know, and they it's just a pile on fest, you know. I mean, and like this one guy I like, um, he wasn't excited about the new gear you get, the the legendary Halo
Uh
Xbox
huh.
and the two controllers. You get one with it, and then the Elite controller. He talking about he wanted to see campaign footage. Dude, like, relax. We'll play it. We'll play it in a few months here. At least that bitch coming out. You know, Sony delayed all of their shit, and I don't give a damn what
Yeah.
anybody says.
Well, Horizon. Well, Horizon at. I don't
I
see
have
God of
tried.
War walking through that door. You waiting on them third party exclusives. That's half of them is time exclusives. You're getting a couple of exclusives from Microsoft now.
Hey, Hunter, where's Gran Turismo at? That shit was
Man,
supposed to come out this year too, and
man,
everybody forgot.
you ain't heard nothing about Gran Turismo
I
at
haven't heard
all.
shit about it. But you know what? I commend the one of the podcasts I was getting on because I was like, hey, Gran Turismo Sport released without a damn campaign. What's up with that shit? You know, and they did say that. So I'm like, well, at least you being a little bit real there, and you mentioned that I said that because people forget this shit. I forget that. When the hell did Gran Turismo not come with the damn campaign? This shit they just threw some shit out there. Like, here, y'all play this shit. Yeah, but you're right, man. Sometimes I let these jokers just sit there. People trying to say they needed Jeff Keighley show. They don't need that dude's show. They
Jeff
selling
Keighley needs
every
them.
thank you. They selling every single console that they have. Dude, it's a buzz about Halo. It was the dude on Flight Simulator. Did you hear him? He said, we've never had this many people playing this shit. You got people sitting watching somebody fly 13 hours to Japan.
Livewire flew over my house and put a picture on Twitter. I'm gonna go pick up some
Had a
barbecue.
had a picture of Boneface right there, cheese and eating and shit. Hey, other thing, I got a bone to pick with you. Are you home?
It was smoke in the front yard because he was barbecuing.
Think you home?
Yeah, man, I'm at the crib.
Why you ain't get on your Xbox?
I don't know. I sound funny.
No. Instead of you worrying about your phone running dead, you could have got on
Oh,
your Xbox.
you can run through
Oh,
the
well,
app
my
now.
fault, man. Vodka got on me because he said I know a little bit too much about Uncharted, so I might have a PlayStation over here. I don't know.
Oh hell, cause you know you can just hop on your Xbox and do it now. You don't have to do it on your phone or your computer or anything. You can just hop on your Xbox web browser.
Okay, well, I'll do that
That's what I
next
just did. That's what I just did. Me and Vodka did
time.
it the other day.
All right, and you sound good too. So,
Yeah, we broke the news the other night. Then Bone hopped in, Stu Pete hopped in. He trying to make it a full on podcast. Like Stu, I was never. I'm not trying to do no 2 hour podcast, Stu. I just want to see if it worked, and it worked. He Stu my man, but Stu crazy. I don't care what nobody say. Stu my man, but you're a little off with the video game knowledge, Stu. I question your ability on video game knowledge, bro.
Hey
On
man,
your tech.
and he'll go Vodka. Vodka is in the chat over here saying something else that was important. He said, if we're playing Halo Infinite multiplayer, why do you think the campaign is going to look any worse? You know, and as fire as everybody was talking about the Halo multiplayer, I didn't even play it. I didn't even want to.
I played it.
Dude, I mean, and everybody to a man was liking this shit. So what makes you think that this single player gonna be some bullshit?
Mhm.
You
And
know,
don't talk about y'all
even
was playing against bots. For 2 hours, we got to play PvP.
okay, that's cool. You played
Yeah.
against bots, and then the last day you
But them
played
bots, them bots,
against people.
yeah. And them bots wasn't easy. Some
No,
people didn't even know. Some people even know we was playing against bots.
and here's the thing: a lot of people said, "I'm glad that they did it that way because it gave you a chance to learn the map." So when the last day came and you played against real people, you knew where everything was, and it was just a dogfight out
Yeah.
there. You know,
They
I just
told us to
wanted to
break the
call.
servers. They broke them.
Yeah, well, they gonna destroy the servers. Gonna get Gears broke the servers, so I know this is gonna really break.
Yeah, they told us to break. They told us to break it, and then now they're going to give us PvP now. I mean, big team battle this next flight.
Yeah, that was my game. I like big team battle, but I stopped playing when when you can't beat your kids and shit. Just time to fall back, do something different.
Yeah, I liked it the bots because they treat the guns. The guns is a little bit different. They shoot a little bit different. That's why I haven't played Halo 5 multiplayer because I'm trying to get my muscle memory because it was the first time I ever in this flight the pistols is dumbed down like hell. So I was the pistol man. I was laying people down with the assault rifle, and I do not like the assault rifle. I will drop it in a minute. But I was like, man, like say people hype. But I don't want to see the dude. I don't want to hear nobody. Oh, we got to release it. Oh man, Halo Fire. Listen, I didn't. You know what I'm saying? I was mad because some people I listened to couldn't even get into the flight. But at least they had the balls to admit it. Like, man, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I didn't even get in.
Let me ask y'all this: do y'all think that they're gonna do the same thing with Gears? Because I'm telling you, when Gears come out, don't think some beta test. And you think you're gonna get in there and that thing gonna run butter smooth. That thing gonna crash day one, because everybody gonna try to hop on that game and play it. And I'm just talking about the beta.
Yeah, but
think about what it's
what's
gonna look
call
like.
them betas? But see, what thing about what Halo is, they don't call them beta. They call them flights. They'll tell you when there's a beta. They call them flights. So this not even an alpha.
Was a technical flight or some shit.
That's a flight. They've been calling them flights.
But
I've
I'm
been doing
saying,
flights since Master Chief.
I'm
Now,
just saying, whatever they want to call it, whatever they want to call it. I'm saying, like, I don't see that going to be. I see that it's going to crash. I see that. I see because everybody and their mama is going to want to get on Gears.
Hey,
just think about how good Gears going to look.
Hey, I agree 100%. It's just going to be too many people on there. Gears, and I think that's the reason they use some of those chips to improve those server racks instead of making consoles. Because it's going to be hard, and they know it. Gears taught them a lesson. They didn't think that many people were going to be on Gears, but it was. And like Donnie Skills is saying, the single player is going to look better than the campaign. Trust me, I 100% believe that. Know it for a fact. Man, that thing going to look great, dude. I mean, it's going to look phenomenal. Oh, hey, and while you were jumping on people 100 talking about the bullshit that they were doing in the podcast, and they talking about how easy, some of them were saying, some clown, I'm not even going to mention his bullshit ass name, but a few people know who I'm talking about. He said Borderlands did it 9 years ago. Borderlands co-op ain't shit compared to Halo's co-op from 20 years ago. Fuck 9 years, 20 years ago when they were doing campaign co-op. But here's the thing. They over here running their mouth like that shit's easy. Man, campaign co-op is not easy. If it was that easy, where's Sony's campaign co-op at? Where's they shit?
Don't do that, because everybody the reason why Sony don't have no co-op or campaign like that, like Detroit Become Human, all of that, because all they fans all they fan is on the Xbox playing multiplayer. I'm sorry, I just broke the news like we did with the Windows on the Xbox. I just broke the news again, y'all. The gig is up. I know you motherfuckers is sitting there playing Xbox game on Game Pass and all that shit. That's why y'all not worrying about the multiplayer game. That's why they happy with their single player because they can just go over Xbox and play their own multiplayer. That's what they doing. I just figured that shit out.
Mhm. And running their damn mouth. And now that's gonna make me get a drink of wine.
Yeah, go on, Flip.
What?
You
Oh
want to
no,
talk?
no, I was just I was just going to let somebody else go ahead and finish talking. My man James over there laughing. Hey, listen here, bruh. Listen here. I'm trying to tell you, bruh. Trying to tell you, man. Listen, I am in the matrix, good brother. I see it. I didn't know what it is because I know earlier I seen someone in the comment section was saying these dudes don't play Halo day one, or I don't know if he was
They
talking
don't.
about y'all or was he talking about someone else. But but you're right. I don't even think the people that play. I don't even know who these people are that claim that they play it day one. I don't. I don't know who these people are. Because
Yeah, and then
if they hardcore Xbox guys, okay, then I mean, Halo dudes, okay, I get it. I
yeah,
get it.
I
I can
think there
see.
was only
I see them doing the multiplayer, but I'm just saying, come on, co-op. I don't see that.
yeah, and co-op is cool, man, because that's what I'm doing when I'm playing horde mode all the time. It's me and four other people playing. Or sometimes I'll see how good I am and try and beat that shit by myself 50 ways. But I see people playing co-op a lot, and then, sometimes people think that it's four Master Chiefs running around out there. No, they stopped that. You playing a different character now. So, a lot of them don't even know what the hell they talking about. They don't know what the hell they talking about, dude. And then, you see some of the co-op numbers. They don't even know the co-op numbers. Oh yeah, good. That's it. 100 talk that shit. Hey, you know what? Here's the one thing that pisses me off, and I think we talked about this before. They keep talking about how 343 had a trouble pass. Okay, what's the trouble pass? They
I was about
want
to ask that
Bonnie.
question.
They want Bonnie Ross fired. How are you gonna fire somebody that leads a studio that's already a $1 billion franchise, that you sold more game? Halo 5 sold more copies, have more people playing than any Halo game in Halo history, and made more money than any game in Halo history. So you want to fire her? Why? If it were not, if it were, this is how stupid these people are that want to fire Bonnie Ross. Here's what Bonnie Ross did. Now, while everybody is making up shit, talking about, oh, they were going to get rid of the Xbox division. No, that was Terry Myerson talking dumb shit. Here's what they told Bonnie Ross. Okay, Bungie is leaving after this last Halo game. We just going to shut Halo down and do something else. Bonnie was like, huh? She was like, no, Doug, we're not going to do that. Okay. And he was like, why would you want to take on a project? Now, she talked about this. It's like, why would you want to take on a project this big? She's like, hey, I like the game. She said, hey, let me see what I could do, see how many people I can get. So, and Frank O'Connor talked about this, but nobody heard this interview. They hear all of this bullshit from insiders by that clown ass Optimus Code. I wish that nigga would come on this motherfucking show. Okay, I'll meet up with that motherfucker right here. So he won't be able to overtalk nobody. I match that old bitch wit for wit all fucking day. We could go at it on this motherfucker while he over here twisting motherfuckers' words. Try and do that shit
Ah,
right here with me, motherfucker.
ah,
Fuck that dude. Okay? When he told the first fucking lie, talking about, oh, Halo was gonna be on the reason it's fucked up, it was gonna be on Unreal Engine. Phil said, hey, that shit was never on Unreal Engine. Who the fuck said that shit? but nobody want to believe him. But back to Bonnie Ross, and nobody want to hear this interview. They'd rather listen to Jeff Grubb and shit like that. Okay. Bonnie Ross is like, hey, Frank, are you leaving? He's like, yeah, I'm leaving with Bungie. I'm out. And she's like, you sure? And she's like, well, hey, I'll keep the door open. Now Frank is doing this interview, and he told Bonnie's like, yeah, I'm out. So Frank O'Connor goes home and talking to his wife, and his wife was like, I'm just gonna give y'all the raw, uncut version of the what really happened in the conversation between Frank O'Connor and his wife. Frank O'Connor's like told his wife, "You're like, yeah, honey, I went on ahead and I left, and I left with the Bungie team, and we're gonna go make this game Destiny." She was like, "Motherfucker, you don't even like that shit. You like Halo. Why don't you call that woman back and take your ass back over there and work on Halo? That's where you want to be." He was like, "No, I'm gonna stay at Destiny." And she said, "Well, Frank, I tell you what. You take this motherfucking pillow and you go sleep your ass downstairs until you figure out where the fuck you need to be." And he thought about that shit for a while. By that second day, he's like, "Oh, you know what? I think I'll go call Bonnie back and I'll go back to the Halo team."
You know what I
And
thought?
that's what that motherfucker is. That's how the story really went. It's unofficial, but that's kind of how that shit went.
You know what I thought you was gonna say? I thought you was gonna say she smacked him on the back of the head, nigga. Please.
You better go do it. That you better go take that job.
Fuck is wrong with you?
Smacked him right upside the back of his head. But nobody wanted to hear that shit. And then Franco, and I told y'all this shit before. Frank, this is Frank O'Connor's words. Okay. He said, people say they want Bungie. They say when we make a change, because Halo is always changing. Of course, if you play Halo, you know that they're always changing the game. So he said, you know, they say that they'll say they should have had Bungie doing that change, or making Bungie would make changes. And Frank said they don't know that a Bungie employee did make those changes at 343. They're here. They make this is out of his mouth. Okay, the interview was on Sifted Gaming. It was 55 minutes. The same show that Michael Pactor's on. And I can't stand those guys. I don't listen to, but I'm glad I was still subscribed to them, or I never would have heard this interview. Okay. So so while people over there talking all of this shit, and now more people know that more original Bungie members are at 343 than Bungie members are at Destiny. At
Oh,
Bungie.
Bungie.
Oh, they
Oh,
are.
Bungie. Yeah, no, a
Yeah.
lot, a
I
lot
didn't
of them
know that.
came. Yeah, a lot of them came back. Like Jeff Standing, something happened. Standing was the first one. Standing is one of the originators of
100,
Halo.
allow me to tell you what happened. Okay. And Joseph Staten came back to Microsoft before 6 months before the first Destiny game released. Okay. And the reason he came back was because Joseph Staten is he's the lead Halo universe writer. Okay. Nobody is above him. All right. He was the third one to come to the team with Jason Jones. I think it was a Serepian guy or another guy, and Joseph Staten when they were working on that Mac shit. Okay. So Joseph Staten had the story ready for Destiny. They scrapped his shit. Some people at who owns them? Activision, not Activision. Whoever owned that Bungie contract. I don't know why I'm forgetting.
That was
this shit.
Activision at the time. They were
Okay.
Tencent now.
Okay. They did whatever it was, they didn't like it. So they scrapped his shit, and he was like, I'm out of here. And he left, and he came back, and I got into it with Rand. That was one of the first times I got into it with Rand. And he was like, he's not working on anything Halo. I said, well, why did he write 2 motherfucking Halo novels then, since he's been back at Microsoft? Fucking silence, because he couldn't Google that shit fast enough. Because I'm not Googling shit. I'm listening to the interviews because I like the fucking universe. So whatever these cats do, I'm following their ass. I don't have to fool with Google. Yeah, I don't have to do that shit. So he's always been there, but the team has been over there. But you know, they don't know how Bonnie Ross kept the team together, okay, and brought all Kiki Wolfkill and them
Yeah.
back. Like people are talking all of this shit. They lost these directors, and I said on Dealer's show in the chat, I said there's one fucking director at 343, and his name is Frank O'Connor. I said, who the fuck you think got rid of all of these cats? Everything comes across his table. All right. That's your guy over there. Him. Bonnie Ross is over him, but Bonnie is like, all right, motherfucker, hey, you wrote on Halo. And that's another time I got into it with Rand. He said, he's a community organizer. No, he's not, motherfucker.
He ain't
He
never
can't.
been no community organizer. He may have
Huh?
started off there.
Yeah.
Admin always been up there.
Yeah. So he was a writer with Bungie. He came on during Halo 2. And he wrote on that and then and so on and so forth. And long time ago, he said the Halo story is already written. You know, you just playing different things in here. And then, you know, you of course, especially Vodka and myself, we listen to a lot of Installation 00 and you guys too. And the story is so intricate. Sometimes Bungie and 343 cross themselves up, and people like Installation 00 and a few other Halo nerdy guys. I hate to call them nerdy. They just into the lore, like I am. These guys, of course, they know way more than I'll ever know, but I get a lot of shit from them. They had to change the Halo encyclopedia. This shit got a damn encyclopedia. So they coming out with a new Halo encyclopedia. And I thought we'd get it sooner rather than later, but we're not. It'll mess up too many things coming into what's about to happen with Infinite if we got that encyclopedia too early, you know? So, but anyway, man, but Bonnie Ross held the team together and you want to fire her? If it weren't for her, we wouldn't have Halo. We wouldn't have none of this shit because it would have been dissolved if
Sometimes
she
I
weren't.
think people who says that like fire this person is fire that person. I question their motives and their ability to be part of the Xbox community because
Hey,
it seemed very.
hold on 1 second, Flip. Thanks for calling my black ass out. I meant to say that. So thanks for calling me out. I
Well,
agree
hold on.
100%.
Oh no, I'm just saying. Like, I just don't think that. I don't think they're part of the Xbox community. I
They're not.
always say that. I think they're PlayStation dudes and they want the Halo to fail because it.
They do.
Why would you want something that's so successful to fail? I don't understand that. And I don't think they understand or either they just saying that because they want because they Sony is doing way better than them. I don't
Hmm.
I listen here, I will go as far as to say is I think some of the motherfuckers at IGN want Halo to fail.
Some of them, all of them motherfuckers over there want them to fail. And I
Well
call
then
them
I
out
well then
every
I
chance
stand
I
correct
get.
then. All of them.
Every single one of them. Every single one of them want that game to fail, dude. But they can't. And like I said this before, and one of the podcasters repeated it, but it's true. Even though we're all in this committee, this is our little forum here. It only represents less than 5% of the buying public. Okay, all of this Twitch stuff. I've never watched anything on Twitch before, but if you go to my basement, I have a few $1,000s worth of shit down there, and my kids have a few $1,000s worth of shit that I bought them. That's all related to gaming. We don't watch none of that Twitch shit. None of it. So that's not a barometer of anything. That's a barometer of the cult that is around our little unit here. That dude, we only make noise for a small group of people. Okay. That less than 5% ain't rocking no ship. Just think about it. If the sales conform to YouTube popularity, Horizon Zero Dawn will be the number one game on earth. That Bullshit is not a $1 billion franchise, and it ain't gonna ever get
Thank
there.
you.
That game ain't
What you
shit.
talking about?
I tried.
I don't see nobody playing that on YouTube streaming.
Hey, oh, Baka jumped in here.
What
Hey
the
man, look
hell?
here. Hey man, I watched Mads game and play this, and I was on this live stream. I'm like, Mads, this shit boring, dude. I'm like, I don't know how you can stay up and watch this shit here. I'm watching this terrible ass acting. The acting in that game was like Mass Effect Andromeda. It was some bullshit. I'm like, dude, how you watching this? That shit was garbage. Garbage. I couldn't do that. You can't get me. You
Me,
can't
me
get
watching me watching
Get
the
that
Twitch
racist.
screen. Yeah, me watching the Twitch screen. Me watching or going to this Metacritic bullshit. That's not going to deter me from getting the game or playing it.
Mm-mm.
I'll listen to a real gamer. I might listen to their
Mhm.
opinion,
But hold
but
on,
it's not
Bone.
going. It's not going to be it's not going to be the end all for me to purchase that game. A lot of times, I just might hear word of mouth like he bought. Now he bought he hit and miss. You know what I'm saying? He hit and miss. But luckily for Xbox, if I go look before I can at least look before I try, or if it comes in Game Pass and I'm at work, I could jump on my phone and go look at it or play it or something. Put it
Let
on
me,
a
let,
test run.
let
Mhm.
me ask y'all something. Me and Bone were talking about this earlier, and I find this quite strange and unusual for them to be doing this all of a sudden. You don't find it unusual that since Microsoft is kicking ass and beating people the fuck up, um, what's the name of their website you just said, Bone?
What Metacritic?
Metacritic all of a sudden sound like they sucking Microsoft dick.
But see,
Hey,
it ain't
y'all own
Metacritic.
stuff.
It ain't. See, think about it. It's not Metacritic. It ain't even Metacritic fault. Metacritic is just there. Like, hey, you're a reviewer. Okay, what you give your score? They just adding stuff up. They're not even in the fight. They just
Hey,
happy people.
hey,
No,
hey,
I
what?
understand, but no, it's not that. I understand that, but they sit up here and throw out numbers and hope that these numbers add up.
Hey,
All of
no,
a
no, no.
They
sudden,
don't
Hey,
throw
it
out
look.
the
sounds like
numbers. They throw the websites up and then they calculate the
Mm,
number. That's all
mm-mm,
they do.
mm-mm. No,
go ahead, go ahead. Other
Hey,
thing,
Flip
Mhm.
Vodka. Let's go ahead and bust 100 out on his bullshit.
go ahead.
At 100, Metacritic weights IGN and those other sites higher than they
Yeah, then
rate.
other ones.
Yeah, and that's
Hmm.
some bullshit in of itself. So
That's why I
so
think that.
yeah,
That's why I
and
think they're sucking Microsoft dick right now. They
I thought you
kicking
was
their
gonna talk
ass.
about how Flip Money got access to the Xbox Live servers.
What,
Oh shit.
other thing, what was you saying, good brother? As you were saying, my distinguished gentleman brother friend here.
Mhm. Yeah.
yeah,
Just like Philip was saying, Microsoft heard they might win the NPD. Fuck the NPD. You don't fuck about no NPD.
100, I
Just
agree.
because,
100,
just
I agree
because,
with. Go ahead.
yeah, just because we was little, now we win and they my friends. No, they're not. Fuck that whole thing.
Mhm.
I'm not going to use it. And I see people using. I see when Microsoft wasn't winning. Oh fuck the NPD. Now they kind of winning. Now NPD is God. No, it don't work that way. You know,
And
no.
it's only
I mean, yeah,
one
you don't want to
method.
use it. Yeah, because yeah, we don't want to use it. But sometimes I think people trying to use it as using their weapon against them.
Right.
And
That's
then
how they probably trying to see it.
true,
But
true.
yeah, but that's why I was happy that you didn't when it did come out. You weren't saying anything about the MPD. Of course, this
Same,
motherfucker ain't playing no Man's Sky because he said some shit about No Man's Sky.
Hey,
same.
I ain't. I ain't touched. I was thinking about trying it, but I talked so much shit about that game.
100,
And I
I'm
said
with
I'd
you.
never play it. I said I'd never play it, and I'm holding my guns.
I'm with you. And
Unless you give me $25,000,
This
no,
I
motherfucker.
think about it.
This
You know, his
motherfucker.
sponsorship.
This motherfucker.
okay. You
Yeah,
gotta
but
watch
I do
100.
think Metacritic and the NPD, all the motherfuckers, seem like they trying to suck Microsoft dick now. I really do. I
Hey,
really. It's
I don't even get.
it's
I
some
don't even give none
bullshit
of them
going on
motherfuckers
in there.
attention. I don't even give them
It's some
motherfuckers
bullshit.
attention. I don't
No,
give a fuck when I
but
see.
Bone, you
I don't.
gotta look.
I don't care.
Bone,
I
look
don't.
at it
I don't.
though, Bone.
I
Look at
take
it
that
though,
out of my
Bone.
life.
Look at it, Bone. All this whole time, all these good ass games Microsoft had come out. we're not going to say none of them fucking games wasn't up there.
What
Out
you
of
mean it's
all
up
the
there?
consoles that
No,
Microsoft sold,
no,
you're telling me they
I never.
nowhere near them? They nowhere near with Sony at? Nah,
But
some
see, I
bullshit
can't.
going on.
No, but see, let them talk. Think about it. If I didn't like you, I didn't like you then. I don't like you now. I don't care if you say Microsoft is the king, King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. I still
No,
don't
but that's
care. I'm
not
not
what.
going.
No,
I'm
that,
not
no,
going to
but
skip. I'm not going to say what they're doing because I don't pay attention what they're doing. I don't care what they're doing. When people bring up Metacritic or whatever, and I see stuff, I just skip right over on Twitter. I don't listen to what nobody's saying. I don't even care what Metacritic doing. I don't care what the NPD doing because they're not part of my
It's
infrastructure where
bullshit.
I get my news.
It's bullshit, and
I don't
it
get
don't
my
add up.
news from them. I don't look at their numbers. I look at what Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo.
so you telling me
And
you don't get your news from comicbook.com?
no, I do not.
Oh damn, Flip, you a motherfucker.
I don't go up there and listen to VG charts.
You know
You know
what
what I'm
I'm
saying?
talking about. You know what I'm
I ain't going
talking
up
about.
yeah.
Yeah.
I ain't going out there listening to VG charts. What's that? What's the other
Yep.
one? VG 24/7. I don't
Yeah.
go. I don't go look at that stuff. And like I said, I use when I'm at work. I use this app called News 360, so I can put it on video games. It'll bring up all the world, people that made articles that day about gaming.
Mm-hmm.
I see stuff and I'm like, UK scheme, Xbox is going down the drain.
Yeah.
You must be talking about UK streaming. How the fuck you talking about Xbox? But they need them hits because when you talk bad about Xbox, you're gonna get some hits. You're gonna get hits.
And I'll give you one even better. I don't even want Halo to win no game. I don't even want them nominated.
They
I
ain't
want
gonna
them
do it.
I want them
I
to
don't
not
think they
get
is.
nowhere close. Just
I
leave
don't
them
think
out.
they're gonna do it. I don't think they're gonna do
I
it
don't think
either.
they're gonna do this shit. And
Hmm.
right now,
I wouldn't even acknowledge.
you seeing right now that these motherfuckers are throwing everything at the wall to see what sticks to try to get that narrative turned back around.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
they
Look at
are.
this shit. They are any little
Mm-hmm.
damn thing.
That's
Mm-hmm.
bullshit.
Watch when the servers get overloaded for the fucking Halo beta when it come out.
They're gonna
They
flip it
gonna
to
say, "Oh, Microsoft isn't prepared for their flagship
flip up a
game."
switch. They're gonna drop on a dime like, oh shit. Cause that's why I was like, I was telling them like, man, that's weird that all of a sudden, I'm just saying, all these years and all these goddamn months, both of these motherfuckers just flip like that. Like, hold on. You was just talking shit about the Xbox when all the developers and them were talking about how powerful this how powerful the console was. All of a sudden, like, hold on, this seems very strange to me. Like, nah, there's some bullshit going on right now. Like, you just want to switch over all? Nah, I believe that shit. What Vodka said. Soon as they say the server overloads, see, I told you, look what happened. They're gonna flip that shit real quick. Sony just
Just
got
like
18 more million. Like, what?
yeah, they lying. They don't know.
Where the
And
fuck did
just
that
like
just
people
come
talk
from?
about the Jeff Keighley Awards. That's his
That
awards.
shit was
That's not
wrong.
that is
That
not
shit
a
was wrong.
certified award. That's not a Grammy. That is not an Oscar. None of that. That is what him and his people think.
You know
Jeff
what?
Keighley
But
gonna
you
It's
just
Jeff
not
Keighley
a
gonna
governing
frisk
body.
Jeff
hey,
Keighley gonna try to frisk Phil when he come on when they do the show again. Make sure he ain't got no secret tape on him.
Yeah,
you
with
know
his
what?
tight
No,
ass
but look what
jeans
happened.
and
I
that
believe y'all talking
shit.
about this earlier. Look what happened when they released the console, the custom console, and Elite 2 controller. He did that on a yo. That's some fucked up. That's just straight fuck you. Phil ain't even had to do nothing. Phil like, yeah, go out there and fuck their head up.
Yeah, that's what 100 and I were talking about earlier. You know, and that's the only reason he let Jeff Keighley have it. He was like, well, I kind of felt sorry for him because we did drop that Xbox right on the top of his head, and he didn't see that bitch coming. So we throwing him a bone today. You
You
Well,
gotta
know,
realize.
well,
You gotta
maybe then
realize something.
it might be different if those rumors about Kojima working for doing something for Xbox happen. Jeff Keighley might throw out the red carpet.
Yeah,
Kojima ain't
either
doing
that,
shit with
if
Xbox.
that is true. But you gotta realize Jeff Keighley was on suicide watch ever since he heard that rumor. So Microsoft had to. I said it before many a time. Sometimes you have to baby feed people like a little wounded bird. You
Put one of
know
them
what I'm
dual
saying?
sense
Like a little,
controllers in the paper
yeah,
bag
like
to
a
stop you
little,
from
yeah, like a wounded
hyperventilating.
bird. See, because what it is, you gotta realize if you see, go back. I'm not lying. Y'all might think I'm bullshitting. That's why I always tell y'all, go back and look at that game count when they revealed it. If you noticed it, his skin turned a little red and
Oh man,
stuff, and it
that
was
was
like he
the
was sweating and
greatest.
stuff. And I was like, wait a minute, what's going on here? He felt uncomfortable and
Flip
what I'm
Admiral
saying.
Thrawn now.
So so when
he looked like he was on drugs, dude.
yeah, I don't know. I'm telling y'all, man, people
That
be
shit
think
was
I be
funny.
He was just
bullshitting.
blowing in that controller too hard. He was
You know
winging.
what? Maybe that's what, and the trigger didn't work right.
He's trying to
Maybe
blow
the
into an
trigger.
Xbox controller to see what happened.
Well, see, you know what? Some people don't understand some of the stuff that Jeff Kelly do. I mean, if that's what he like, I don't blame him. I don't blame him. It's not my preference.
Yep.
I'm married with a woman.
Want.
I got 2 children, 2 child. So I'm just saying, it ain't my fault if he like laying in the bed butt ass naked with the trigger, with one of the PlayStation trigger feedback in his ass. I don't got nothing to do with it. That's what he like. I'm not saying why he blowing on the other one. I'm just saying. Some people are into some extreme PlayStation
Why he had a
lifestyle.
threesome with them controllers? Man?
Listen,
Come on,
listen,
man.
listen here. I'm just saying. It was brought to me. I'm not an insider, but someone told me.
Since
That's what happened.
he probably sucked on the controller instead of blowing it.
Might be.
Hey,
Might
man.
He had
gotta
the
You know
controller
what?
first.
Another thing, while 100 was talking about some YouTubers that was pissing him off, they was pissing me off too. And I told 100 when his first thing came up, I messaged him. I was like, "Hey man, I want to get on the show today." You know, 'cause I couldn't wait because I couldn't hang with you guys on Saturday. But I listened to this other podcast, and they said he didn't like the Microsoft show because they were kind of doing too much talking. I'm like, okay, so you don't want to hear shit from the developers? I mean, what are you doing? You don't want to hear nothing from the developers. You just want to watch a
Is it
collage of
related to stew
games.
peas?
I
But
mean, that's just some bullshit, dude. And
yeah,
so
that gets on my nerves, Zink. But the thing is, Xbox does something about that. Every time a fucking trailer comes out, it comes onto their YouTube channel. So that's why I started to tell people, if you don't want to hear people talking in these shows, go to the YouTube channel. As soon as that motherfucking trailer drops, that trailer gonna be on motherfucking YouTube in 4K.
Right,
Hey, Baca, you spot
right.
on. And that's why I would be damned if I was gonna sit there and watch Jeff Keighley's show live. If it wasn't for that hidden Xperia dude and I was stuck on his channel and they happened to be playing Call of Duty, because I was listening to him because he wouldn't listen to the show. If you wasn't talking about Halo, he wasn't hearing what you were saying. But he
I don't
watching
know
Call
about
of
Hidden
Duty.
Xperia though. He one of them motherfuckers.
He kind of crazy, but he a little Halo fanatic dude. So I just happened to listen to the dude, and he was talking Halo, and
You seen the
uh,
you seen the
while
whole
other shit
thing,
was
Zeke?
going on. No,
You
I
seen the
did not
whole
see the
thing?
whole thing. Once
Only
that
thing I saw,
I watched Joe Keely's thing.
once
only
that
thing I
segment ended,
only thing I saw was the announcement of the console and when it was
that's
going
it.
to be released. That's the only thing
Yep,
I
yep.
caught. I ain't
And
look
when
at nothing else.
what I saw, well, Call of Duty was before that. So I was watching that,
I
and
didn't even
then
see
it
that.
went into it then went into Joseph Staten, and after that was over, dude, I was in a panic attack trying to get that damn Xbox and couldn't get it. They was like all the Sony ponies went and ordered the Elite controllers, and I couldn't get it.
You couldn't get that Halo
I could not get that
Series
shit.
X?
Nope. But I'm gonna
Oh
get it.
man, I was hoping you'd give me your Series X if you got that.
Dude,
No,
I'll
you not lying. He told me that. I was like, what?
I sent Zig a message about that.
I said, what you say? I was done. I said, yo, Rock is dead serious about that. I'm done. I can't even mess with Rock. I'm not
The
even
only
messing with him.
thing I wish they would have did with the in the Halo reveal with the black chick, they could have put some chapstick on her lips, dude. They could have
Oh,
made her lips
You
look a
know
little
what?
bit better.
Yo, her
come
lip.
on, man.
Just
Other
a
thing you got
little
to
better.
realize, her lip was sweating. She thought she was about to get killed. So, I'm saying her lip was sweating like a motherfucker. I don't know.
Man,
What you talking about that badass trailer that came out today?
that
Yeah,
trailer
with
was
the old
bad.
girl was trying to get away
Man,
from the
you see how big them fucking Spartans were?
Dude,
Man.
yeah,
That's what Installation 00 was like. He was like,
you
look
know
how
I was
big he was. Because
watching
when I
that
seen
shit.
that motherfucking brute was towering over that Spartan. That motherfucker, when he swung, that brute swung, the motherfucking Spartan was like under his arm, just like, God damn.
Yeah. You know, I sent that shit to a few of my boys. That Installation 00 when he was breaking it down. That Joker be into that shit, dude. Like a
Man,
great coach in the hub.
I think that those brutes were from the Keepers of Freedom, though.
No, I
remember
know
their colors are blue too.
Yeah, I think that's from Halo 3 because she was a kid. She's showing her from a kid. I think that was from Halo 3 when it was when you see Big Ben. So I don't know if that's New London because you see Big Ben.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. Okay. You know what? Okay. All it is what game was it when they was attacking Earth?
I think it's 3 because because 3.
Okay, then it had to have been 3. That had to have been 3 then.
But they was in Africa
because she's a Spartan 4.
No.
She was a Spartan.
Right. They was on Africa, but that doesn't mean that they couldn't have migrated out like other Spartans fighting other. Yeah. They might have went to London and chilling toast to the Queen and all that other shit.
Somebody zoomed in, and when she first running, you see Big Ben. That's why we say New London.
Right.
I gotta show it to you. I'll get the time stop when we get the probably.
Because I seen when I first seen it, I was wondering was that the little girl from ODST? Because she would buck now. She would buck it with that engineer.
No. That's not her.
Yeah, I know. After I seen it later on, I seen it was the girl. It was the Spartan. No. But at first, that's what I was like, oh shit, is that the girl? Is that the girl from ODST?
I thought it was just a random chick at first until I actually sit there and I paid attention. I watched it the second time, and I watched it on Halo Experience. That's how I saw Big Ben, and that's because he thought that out right away. He zoomed it in, and that's why I said that's why he knew London. It looks like New Nebraska. But New Nebraska get rebuilt now.
No, it's just like all the you build on the city, you build the cities up.
Yeah.
But when I was watching it live, Hidden Experience.
I watched it like 20 times. That's how I seen what it was.
Yeah, Hidden Experience.
At 343.
Yeah, as soon as.
Oh yeah, would you say other thing? Go ahead. What you saying?
As soon as Hidden Experience, because I was watching it live with Hidden Experience show. As soon as he saw that clock, he was like, That's London. That's Big Ben. And, and he yelled it, and I'm looking around. I'm like, what the fuck is he looking at? And then I saw that big ass clock in there over there. So I'm like, damn, is that right? And then our boy Installation 00 was talking about it because he had a 30, 34 minute show or whatever talking about it. So, and I'm gonna watch some more of it later on before I go to sleep. But I was fired.
Let me ask y'all this.
Yeah, I watched that shit.
Do y'all think y'all think the Queen of England still living?
You stupid. Because you see the part where Installation 00 was like that he was saying that the Halo release date is because that motherfucker's the 343rd day of the year.
I did not get to that yet.
Somebody put in the chat earlier that's Bungie's anniversary too.
Oh, it is?
When they created Bungie. I don't know how true it is, but they put it in the chat earlier.
Yeah, Bungie doing a bunch. It might be because Bungie doing a bunch of shit.
Yeah, and you know something, but see,
at least they give a shout out to Bungie.
Yeah, but you know what? Those groups are very calculated. And I was talking to one of my boys where I got my name of the Zinc from. His name was Zinc Griffin, and he worked in the middle. And that's the reason, I changed instead of Zinc Griffin, I said I'm Other Zinc because we both big Nintendo guys, but he put that on Xbox. But that's my name now. But I was talking to him on my way home, and he was telling me about the Destiny trailer, how they showed 30 years of Bungie, okay, or whatever they did. And he said the only fucked up game they made was Oni. And I said, but you know something? They have a reason for everything they do. It have a message behind it. And I told him, I said, Oni is the evil organization within the Halo.
What's going on, 6th layer?
The Office of Naval Intelligence, and he was like, oh, I was like, yeah, they some bullshit, So, but everything that they do at Bungie is calculated. The motherfuckers, they have meaning to their shit, and it just carries over in the 343. Like, I don't know if you guys ever listened to it, but that radio show Hunt the Truth, it's like 5.5 hours.
Man, you could me to that. I like that shit.
I've listened to that shit maybe 50 times. Okay. I mean, I cut the grass, I play that shit. You know, if I work long, I play that shit. If
Yeah,
it's
that shit
not a
was
new
about plays.
podcast, I listen to that shit. And every time I hear it, I hear something different. And like our boy Installation 00 said today, he talked about Zeta Halo. And if people don't know about Zeta Halo, they're gonna be lost again, and they're gonna say how this story is some bullshit because the Halo universe is not a C spot run story like you see in these Sony games.
Hey Zink, we got. That's
Yeah.
what I was telling people. I want them to. I want to have a fucking DLC expansion, DLC something with Ferret Team.
With what team?
Ferret Team.
What's Ferret team? Hell
Remember
is it?
the Spartan threes that infiltrated the Keepers of Freedom that went to the Ark with Caster.
No, I don't.
They're the ones. Yeah, remember because at the end of Shadows of Reach, that's when they're the ones that helped
I
Chief.
didn't. I didn't listen to that yet.
Oh man,
Yeah.
because you know
I,
like
hold on. You said Shadows of Reach.
yeah when
I'm gonna
Chief and
get
them
into
go
that
When they
back.
go
shit.
back.
I'm writing
When,
that bitch down.
yeah, you know Fred's girlfriend and them Spartan threes.
Uh-huh. They went back. They went
Yep.
back to council
Yeah, because
base.
I think yeah.
Castle Base is the shit, dude. It's a lot of shit in there. It's a,
Yeah, and they went to
it's a
go get
lot of
some.
shit in Castle Base, boy.
They went to go get some that you probably see in the trailer.
Yeah,
The
dog.
last book I listened to, that shit picked up.
Fire, man. That shit is dope
That
as hell.
because that I forgot the. It's
Yeah,
so
because
many
there's
of these
people
guys.
living back
It's
on
so many
Reach
of these
now.
motherfucking books. Let me take a look and see what the name. Remember what the name of this book is? Because it was like the AI from Lost Light and shit was doing things. It freaking set up a criminal empire. It was running part of Oni and shit.
And
It
see,
took
dude,
over the Oni AI.
I can't wait for this shit to happen, dude. But you know, it amazes me how people always want something else when the other side is giving you nothing. And you sitting here and you talking all of this shit. And I like I told 100 earlier in the show, Halo never shows a lot of single player ever. They never do that shit. So why you and I'm glad Joseph is there because Joseph probably said, "Hey Phil, they don't need another slice of single player. They got what they gonna get. We ain't giving them shit else. Play the game." And here's another reason why they're not allowing campaign co-op first. Because most of these dumb motherfuckers don't know the story because when they play in the campaign co-op, they running their fucking mouth. So they
Yeah.
miss part of the story, like your boy. No, let me see, whose boy is this? Flip Money. Flip's boy, Angry Joe. I remember
Oh
he was
hell.
doing the
Oh
show.
damn.
He was doing the show, man, and he was like, Dr. Halsey, how did she lose her arm? This is crazy. I don't know how she lost her arm. Well,
That's some
motherfucker,
bullshit.
if you were watching Spartan Ops, if you truly are into the Halo universe, you know Jewel and Dama actually cut her arm off to save her life because Spartan
Oh,
Palmer tried to kill her and missed and shot her in her
Mm-hmm.
arm. So Jewel and Dharma
Mm-hmm.
cut that bitch off, tied it together so Halsey wouldn't fucking die. Angry Joe, you dumb motherfucker. But he was sitting there, he was thinking that, oh, this is an Uncharted story. So it's a C spot run story. And yeah, that's all you get is this shit right here.
Let me ask
no,
you
he
this
did
other
the same
thing.
shit
I'm
on
glad you
Destiny
said
too.
that.
He did the same thing on Destiny.
I'm glad you said that. That would bring me to another question that I would like to ask.
Nigga Flip don't like that nigga.
How is it possible? This is true what he has said. How is it possible for him to be used to be an Xbox guy, but all of a sudden flip on the drop of a dime and become a PlayStation guy? Now I understand he trying to do this shit for to boost up his channel or whatever the hell that he think that he's doing. But how you think you can do that and think you are that you're going to be accepted coming back to the PlayStation fam? I mean to the Xbox family.
Well,
How?
first of all, whatever you said is absolutely impossible because 100 said they can't come back home. That's all I know. Okay. Whoever it is you're talking about, 100 said, hey, they can't come back home. So
I'm
I'm, I'm,
I'm just trying
I'm
to figure that out.
hey
Yeah, they
man,
gonna
I
I'm
try
don't
one
to
of
either.
they gonna try to come back so they can complain about microtransactions on Halo.
Nah,
no,
motherfucker,
no,
stay
no.
where you at.
They
Stay
can't
where
come
you at.
because if they come around to my post around the back of the building, I'm popping their head. They
I'm
ain't getting
shooting
back
from the
in on
top.
my side of the
I
building.
don't care. I'm shooting from the top, from across the street, from the other building.
He said,
Nah, man, they ain't slick, dude. They gonna get the bag of nickels when they come try and sneak in the door. It's a bag
yeah.
of nickels hanging
You nice.
up in there.
You said you nice. You using nickels. I'm using straight bricks.
Damn. You gonna throw PlayStation 5s at them?
Yup. 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 They're gonna be in a bag. I'm tie that shit
Well,
up. I'm
Hey,
swinging.
make sure
hey,
you gotta do
hold on,
some push-ups before you try that.
hey, Baca did it. I'm so glad Baca brought this shit up. I'm so tired of
I
these
wasn't
mother.
involved.
I'm so tired of these PlayStation dudes talking about, yeah, Microsoft need to come games with because PlayStation games are quality. And I put in the chat, I said, you mean quality like Returnal and it bricks PlayStations? Is that the quality you talking about, motherfucker? Same goes for Ratchet and Clank. The ones that's bricking the PlayStations, making that bitch cut the fuck off. Is that the quality you're referring to? The type of quality where the Returnal developer said, "No, man, that's not our fault. Sony's console is a piece of shit." Okay, is that the quality you talking about? Man, get the fuck out of here with that damn
Yo, let me.
console.
You know what? I'm glad you said that other thing. Yo, what if they? I want to see if I can get a developer in a room by himself. Like, listen here, bud. You can tell me the truth. Just keep it real. I'm not gonna go back. I'm not gonna snitch on you. I just keep it real. What
Yeah.
was you thinking when you made that game for the PlayStation 5? Who did they force you to do it? I'm here. You can tell me. You give
I
you
ain't
know
gonna
how
say
you give
shit.
them that sign. You give them that sign, and they face
Mhm,
like you need help. You need
mhm.
help. Help. That's what I give them the
Blink
sign. You
twice
need
and
help.
shit.
Yeah, blink twice if they made you do it. Like for real. Cause that
Mhm.
shit don't make no sense. You ain't gonna take it. This I cannot believe a developer put it together and was like, damn. Then when they went to Microsoft, we're like, oh shit. Oh shit. I thought I was going somewhere like, damn, why did I make
Mhm.
that game? Cause they gotta regret that shit. You
Have
can't
to.
tell me that they don't regret making a game for the PlayStation. Like, damn, I wish I could go over there with Microsoft at
Y'all
and
fucked
shit.
up out of here, man. And then they try and blame that shit on Microsoft uh, with the developer uh, from that one game that everybody swore up and down it's like Gears. And I'm like Gears. I'm like, they hyping this game up. I was like,
What game?
I don't know. So y'all know that game where Square Enix wouldn't give them their money or some shit. Something happened.
Oh, talking about Outriders.
Outriders. Yeah.
Outriders, that shit. Yeah. Well, people,
What
you know
Microsoft got to do with that? That's what I don't
what
want to.
what happened, Flip?
Microsoft gave Square their money. Square just ain't getting them motherfuckers their money.
There you go.
They ain't get their
And
royalty. That's what
right.
they thought they deserved some type of royalty or some shit.
Well, the thing, I'm not gonna be like an insider. The insider that's always telling Vodka information,
Like
then
flip
Vodka
money.
the
That's flip money.
insider.
That's flip money. That's the insider. Philip Monet.
Okay, yeah, flip money the insider.
I was
Okay.
just
Well,
I was just trying to wash my car because I seen somebody on the block had a PlayStation 5.
well, these I don't know what goes into the contract, but I guess Microsoft signed a deal with Square Enix, and the guys developed the game. What People Can Fly, I think it was that made that game. And
Yeah,
if
you
it
can
Yeah.
say
made
that again. You
if
can say
it's
that again.
right. So and and they if I guess if it went on over 2 or 3 million, then they get a bump up and pay royalties or whatever. And they thought that they hit that, and they said we haven't received any money for that shit yet. And people were trying to say it was a Game Pass thing, and that's why you know they didn't get their
That ain't
money
had
because
nothing to do with
Game
it.
Pass hurt the game. Yeah, and I didn't play. I played it enough to know that shit was not Gears, so I never played that shit again. And but people said that after a while they were getting their whole file deleted and all of this shit, right?
It was never said to be Gears.
I know, but people were trying to compare it to Gears, trying to say
Just because it's a cover
If,
shooter.
if
I'm
you was
like,
gonna
okay,
people Fan Fly made they made Gears Judgment and they made one of my favorite games. What's that shit
yeah.
called?
Say it.
What is
Please say that game. That game was fire. With Clippy B was over that game. That game was dope as hell, man.
Well, see what y'all gotta understand
I
is that
thought, I did think
what,
like a Gears and a Destiny mixed together. Like a
I love that
you,
game.
you know what it is. What happened was when they were supposed to get whatever royalty People Can Fly. What happened was, being though their name was called People Can Fly, Square Enix flew with their fucking money, and that's what happened.
That's what happened. They got the fuck out of there. And then
I'm
they
not
said,
lying. I'm just telling you the
Tomb
truth.
Raider didn't make us enough money either. Yeah, it sold 6 million copies quick, but we think they cooking the books over there, dude. They cooking the books. They won't get no more developers. They keep doing this bullshit. I know that.
But man, I'm finna get out of here. I'm starving like Marvin.
All right,
And
man.
we about to get out of here, man. Y'all can catch us Saturday nights. Xbox has no games. 8:30
Xbox ain't
Pacific.
got no damn game.
You know what I'm saying? You can hear us rant about we even got the whole crew here tonight. So
Damn, I
we'll
wish
do an
Live
overview.
here. Shit.
Yeah. So if you want to finish talking to, we on Xbox Live right now. Or at least I
Yeah,
am.
I'm about to
And
go
you know I
ahead. But
am.
you gotta
yeah.
knock on the door because the party gonna be locked.
Yeah,
Oh
so
yeah, lock the party.
So-
it is not my rules, but it's just how it is. Just because I'm the party leader, don't mean it's my rule.
you ain't
I'm
the,
just saying.
party leader right now. I'm the
I
party
need,
leader.
I need security.
No. We that party need to be clean, and we need a clean slate in that party. Stu P's in there sleep with his shoes off.
No, I got the party. It's my party. It's not his. But
He left.
we out of here. Yeah. No.
All right.
All right.
Peace, chat.
Peace.
Peace.